So, hello, welcome back to another episode of the Self-Development with Tactics podcast. And today we are once again gonna go through Getting Things Done by David Allen. This very interesting and good book summary all around getting things done, guess what? But it's insofar pretty interesting because there is a bit more of a philosophical standpoint for a topic that's definitely not philosophical. Getting things done, being productive, planning things, your fucking calendar. These are not necessarily things one is being philosophical about, but I really do think that it helps. It really kind of does. But yeah, let me fix that really quickly. Let's get it right. I guess this is fine. It should be, at least. Let me see. No. Correct. Sivers getting things done. There we go. And I'm also gonna show you with this little trick. And I'm gonna... The fuck is going on here? Gonna do it like this, and it should be fine. So we've already been able to get, quite far ahead. I would say, I would argue, I would believe. Why is it scrolling? Oh, because of that, maybe. Incomplete. Does this make sense? I guess it does. I do, by the way, hope that the audio is fine, at least. You can see me, so that's also fine. This is something I haven't read yet. I think, whoa. I think this is actually where we've stopped, to be honest. What behavior might undermine what you're doing, and how can you prevent it? One of the most powerful life skills, and this is where we stopped, and one of the most important to hone and develop for both professional and personal success, is creating clear outcomes. How would the ideal head of finance do his job? Once you get all the ideas out of your head and in front of your eyes, you'll automatically... Oh, this is actually something we have read before. You can't cross a chasm in two small jumps. Take a big step. Until you have captured everything that has your attention, some part of you will not totally trust that you're working with the whole picture of your world. Stuff was not and is not that important, and that is why it's still laying around. The little piece of techno gear in the bottom desk drawer that you're missing a part of, or a part for, because you think there still could be something important in there, that stuff is controlling you. And yeah, I would actually also argue that there is a lot of things on our minds, in our heads, that are just really truly unimportant, but still they really take up a ton of space, a ton of thinking power, essentially. And this is really a pity, because it's taking up space in your head unnecessarily, space that you could be using for something way more important, for something that's, better, more useful. Record the date on everything that you hand off to others. Yes. I think this is a really good idea. Something to keep in mind. So, well, it's basically a habit, isn't it? But I think it is a really good one. Not only in terms of, well, I think it's just a very useful way to stay on track, regarding quite a lot of things, staying on track when it comes to, I don't know, basically life, I would say. It is a really great way to stay in the present and really stay, being able to stay focused, being able to kind of understand the way things worked and work and whatnot, if you know what I mean. If this makes any sense, I don't know. There are 7 primary types of things that you will want to keep track of and manage from an organizational and operational perspective. Project lists, project support material, calendar actions and information, next actions lists, waiting for list, reference material, someday/maybe list. It's critical that all of these categories be kept pristinely distinct from one another. And I guess that this may actually be the hardest part of having a list. Like, okay, I'm having this list, but I'm also having that list. So what is part of this list and why isn't it part of that other list? Your calendar should be only things in there those you absolutely have to go about on that day. What do you find yourself complaining about? I kind of feel like that there are some things that kind of have already been said, but I'm not quite sure. Your calendar should be only things in what? Your calendar should be only things in there are those that you absolutely have to get done or know about on that day. What do you find yourself complaining about? What does anything need improvement? Does anything need improving? A problem is always a project. Yeah, it kind of is. If there's a problem that you're facing, if there's something that you're seeing that you really dislike, you can do something about it. Guess what? This is the beauty of being a human. This is the beauty of life. You can do something about the things that are bothering you. Actually, quite always. There is always an option. If the option is useful, if the option is recommendable, if the option is a good one, this is, a different discussion. It's a different topic. It is something different. It might make better sense to create a project's delegated list to track them, projects that you are directly responsible for but have hand off to people who report to you. Honestly say, I absolutely know right now everything I'm not doing but could be doing if I decided to. Yeah, this is kind of a part of what I said before, which was we can change a lot, we can do a lot, we can blah 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 blah, yada yada yada, period. Fact. Just facts. We can do a lot, we can create a lot of change. And I've just remembered something. I'm going to plug in my phone, so I'm going to do this really quickly right now. So that when I am showering, I can have some music or some podcast or whatnot. And I also want to point out, there are multiple possibilities in which most of us, probably all of us, can be even more productive. Is it necessary to be more productive than you already are? Well, I'm not quite sure. It depends on how you live your life, what you do, and so on and so forth. But there is a way. One way might be listening to something constantly. Of course, it's not going to be funny. Of course, it's not going to be cool. Of course, it is going to be a lot of fucking shit that you then have to do. It's going to be maybe overwhelming from time to time, and it's going to be stressing you out. But we can. And this is my point. We can. I'm not saying we should, but we can. The most important thing to deal with is whatever is most on your mind. Yeah, really the case. Then getting this out of the way, to being able to do something else. Incomplete. Projects started, not completed. Projects that need to be started. Look into projects. Commitments/promises to others. Boss/partners. Colleagues, subordinates, others in organization, outside people, customers, other organizations, professionals, vendors, communicators to make/get, internal, external, initiative or respond to, phone calls, voicemails, emails, text messages, letters, social media postings, other writings to finish/submit, reports, evaluations, reviews, proposals, articles, marketing materials, manuals, instructions, summaries, rewrites and edits, status reporting, conversation and communicating tracking, meeting that needs to be set, who needs to know about what decision, significant reads, cash, budgets, forecasts, profit and loss, balance sheet, forecasting, credit line, banks, receivables, payables, petty cash, investors, assessment, management. Is this only just... I just do not wanna... Oh yeah, okay, there's the end of this seemingly never-ending list, and I'm actually grateful that I did not go through all of it. Everyone feels they have too much to handle and not enough time to get it all done, taking on more than they have resources to handle. Yeah, definitely. One should not be doing that. Period. It's not a good idea. Work, anything you want to be different than it currently is. How much available data could be relevant to doing these projects quote-unquote better? The answer is an infinite amount, easily accessible through the web. Yeah, quite often, data. Data is always like, what is data? I think data is a very vague explanation for what he might mean. Maybe this is just also on purpose, to incorporate many things. But information, yeah, there is a lot of information out there in the web that you can use. You maybe sometimes should be using for whatever the fuck you're doing. I don't know. But yeah. How much available data could be relevant to doing these projects? We're allowing in huge amounts of information and communication from the outer world and generating an equally large volume of ideas and agreements with ourselves and others from our inner world. A huge number of internal and external commitments. The ability to be successful, relaxed, and in control during these fertile but turbulent times demands new ways of thinking and working. There is a great need for new methods, technologies, and work habits to help us get on top of our world. Yeah. Times change, and the way we can deal with these times, they also do change. And, it's not bad, it's not sad, it's not whatever, times just change, period. This is how life is. And I think this is a good thing. If everything would stay the same, first of all, there would be a lot of things I'd like to change. And second of all, it would just really be boring. The ability to be successful, relaxed, and in control during these fertile but turbulent times demands your ability to generate power is directly proportional to your ability to relax. No, I would not say so. I think theoretically then, yes, the ability to relax. There are some people like me, I really do have a hard time relaxing. It's not like I'm, just deciding after multiple hours of work that, okay, I'm gonna lay down, I'm gonna give myself a bit of rest. No. Maybe it is a fucking hour that I'm then sitting there, and then I come to the conclusion, I need to get some things done, or I wanna get some things done, and then I'll do it. Is this smart? No, it isn't. I think relaxation and relaxing is as important as working itself. But yeah. Clearing the mind and being flexible are key. Anything that causes you to overreact can control you, and often does. And yeah, with that being said, I'm gonna end the episode here. I wish you the best and hopefully see you soon. Bye bye.